Saturday, YouTube. What's good this morning? It's just 9 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. Pacific Standard Time. I am not technically on the coast, but I'm in California, so everybody thinks it's the coast. Kind of like everybody that is on the East Coast thinks of Manhattan as New York, right? All right. So, good morning. I hope you guys have all slept well and you have all woke up and had something yummy to eat this morning. Had a nice little cup of coffee. Got mine going over here. And some water. You know, just getting up for the day. So, let's get a reading in for y'all. Let's clear the air. All right, we have hit that minute mark. Welcome in, witches, bitches, twats, and thoughts. I'm Black Betty, and I am Karma's right hand. This is the Underdog Ministry. Thank you for joining me. You guys kick ass and take names. All right, so let's get this reading going. We're going to roll the dice. It's a headphone warning for y'all. Let's do this. Actually, hold on. I need to say my prayer. Just a moment. Do we want go away evil, or I'm going to do Florida water today. All right. Dear God and benevolent beings of divine knowledge and grace, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Ariel, and Gabriel, I ask that you are present here with me today. Please make these messages helpful, uplifting, clear, true, concise, contain accurate information, nothing questionable, and no lies. Archangel Michael, specifically, I ask that you surround me with your angel wings and that you cut off all energetic projections that are not for my highest timeline with your powerful sword of light. Amen. All right, let's get this going. Shake them up, shake them. Okay, folks. Let's see. At the risk of getting controversial right out of the gate, Luigi is the first word, the first name. This could be Mario and Luigi. This could also be Luigi Mangione, or not Mangione. Please give me his proper name. The gentleman that is being accused of shooting the healthcare executive guy, Luigi. That's the name there, folks. So we've got eat. Everybody deserves to eat. Drugs. That could be prescription. That could be street pharmaceuticals. That could be like a drugstore, okay? It also says GETOH, like get out. Let's see. And then we've got step. One step at a time. Put one foot in front of the other. We're out of... Oh, nope. Hold on. That was a P. I accidentally flipped that over. No, I'm not seeing anything. I was thinking I had a word there, but no. Great. Great. Art. Somebody wants to go eat somewhere and look at great art. They want to step out on the town. pear, like the fruit. Somebody's pear-shaped. Somebody might be have a round bottom end of their body. Touch. Somebody's out of touch. New York. Didn't I say something about New York already? Thank you for the, what is that little 100 there? That is cute. Thank you for the, is that a hype? Right on. You guys kick ass. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Thank you for whoever did that. Prox on Games. Hi, Mia. Hi, Captain. Hey, Naomi. You guys are awesome. Thank you for subbing. All right, so we've got New York here. I did say something about New York already, so there is that. The words that came out of the dice are Luigi, eat, drugs, step, great, art, pear, touch, and New York. I'm going to forego the basket and get straight to the tarot today. We're going to get an overall energy for the reading, and we're going to get into it. All right, hope you guys are settled in. If you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. If you are a regular, thank you for staying and supporting. You guys all mean the world to me. I really appreciate it. What's the overall energy of today's reading, please, and thank you. The moon. Something hidden, something being revealed, secrets. All right. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Hey, Shella, how's it going? Sheila. Sorry. I got some bad eyes, you guys. Okay, overall energy is the moon. We have got some secrets, hidden things being revealed. Somebody, this actually is like, if you look, this person's very self-satisfied with the secret that they're keeping. It's almost like, I'm getting my mom coming through right now. She used to tease me before the holidays. She was very performative at Christmas. It was always a big to-do, right? It was always how big the pile could be under the tree. Every single one of us got a box, a 12-pack of beer with socks and underwear in it, though, every year. From my grandma's beer box collection. Fun story. Anyways, I digress. This is reminding me of my mom going, I know what you're getting for Christmas and you don't. Somebody knows your secret or knows a secret that's coming to you and you don't know it, and they're really excited about it. Whether they're excited about keeping it from you or whether they're excited about you getting this information, that's, I don't know. Stephen McClure, I'm not playing for the wrong team. I literally prayed at the beginning of the reading to the Most High God and called in the archangels, but weird flex, but all right. You have fun down there in the comment section. All right. So the secret, or somebody knowing about this secret here, King of Cups. This is somebody who is, they're bubbling over and they can barely contain their emotions, okay? They're staying stoic. They know something, and it's evidently large in stature. Whatever this is, the secret is pretty big. So big that this person's about to step off their position to tell you about it. But they're trying to keep their peace. Both of these have one foot in the water. They're having a hard time containing their emotions over whatever secret this is, that they know something you don't know. And they want you to know. 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. You beat this person at some sort of game, or they thought they were going to beat you and ended up carrying the burden. That's what this is looking like. All right. So we have got somebody. So there's the step. All right, we've got step up here. Somebody's ready to step off their throne, take a step into calmer waters. Somebody's ready to step down off their position to hold their peace. We've got the King of Wands. Knight of Wands, excuse me. The Knight of Wands. Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. So this here is some reckless energy. This is fast-paced. This is hasty. This is looking before you leap. And with this Page of Wands right after it, somebody is gonna move too quickly to shoot their shot at something. They're gonna take a risk. Okay, the Knight of Wands. They're gonna take a risk, and it's not the right decision. Okay? It's not the right decision. So their actions are going to be kind of blocked or held off, slowed down, pushed back, held off, delayed. Okay? This Page of Pentacles here is there's a different offer, there's a different opportunity than what this goal is here. All right? This is the secret. This person's busting at the seams. They want to step down from where they're at so bad. They're holding their peace. They're beat down. They're worn down. They're tired. They're carrying a burden heavily. But if they move too fast, they're going to get blocked because it's not the right opportunity. There's a different opportunity or a different direction or a different beginning or a different arena for you. Y'all, we have a visitor. We have a monitoring spirit that just popped up in the live. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. I'm not going to touch her right now. I'll relocate her outside after the reading. Look right up there in that corner, right about there. You see this little dot in the corner right here? That's a lovely little spider that just crawled up. A black widow. You guys, I just cleaned my entire house yesterday. The yard, all of it. She shouldn't be there, but we're going to let her stay because, you know, I'll put her outside later. I try not to kill the spiders. I try not to. That one looks like she can be relocated. But anyways, I digress. Somebody's about to get a new opportunity here that is not what they think that they're supposed to go after. Okay, this person's ready to step down from where they're at. Let's just remember that. And they're ready to step down because they're beat down. They're overburdened. They're carrying too much weight. They can't shoulder their responsibilities. This is a cross that they have to bear for the time being because if they move too fast, they're going to get blocked because it's not the right time for them. They've got something that's orchestrated for them here. A new beginning, a new opportunity, a new offer, a new endeavor. Jeez Louise. Death and rebirth and the lovers just flew out together. Look, there is a new opportunity for you coming. Something that's going to be transformative in the love department. This King of Cups here. I think somebody is in love, and this is the secret. They know that you don't know, and it's going to change everything. But if they move too quick, they're going to get blocked off. If they move with wand action first, this person's going to get blocked off. They're trying to temper themselves up here. This is the secret. This person wants to move in on some big sexy time action passionately. Knight of Wands. Look at all this wands. Wand, 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 wand. 4 different cards in a row. 9 to the 10 to the Knight to the Page in reverse. It's like somebody took 2 steps forward and 1 step back. They're keeping a secret about their feelings. They're emotionally buttoned up over here, holding their peace, ready to take this step. Both of them are ready to take a step forward. But somebody's weighed down, overburdened, and if they move too fast with passionate intent, it's going to get blocked off. There has to be some tangibility here, a real opportunity, a real offer, a real new beginning, something along those lines. With that combined with death and rebirth. And then the Lovers, it's like somebody really wants a tangible, new beginning, new cycle in the love department here. Oh, let's get an oracle on these. And some sip on my coffee before it's ice cold. Who all's out there? You hope it's your divine person. Hey, Divine 9, how's it going? Hey, Dan, VOC, how's it going? A Sunday, ooh, ice cream, awesome. Thank you, Prox on Games. That's rad. I've never seen that before. That was super cool. I really appreciate it. All right. That's almost to the point of cold, you guys. Almost. Happy family in reverse. Hostilities in reverse. This person, look, didn't I just say if they move forward with too much passion, it's going to get blocked off because that's not the right action? Hostilities in the reverse. Happy family in the reverse. You're not going to overcome discord within a family situation with anger. That's not going to work in this situation. That's why you can't move forward with this passionate behavior. Magician in the mirror. Look, it's like they've got their good side and their bad side. Okay, they're weighing both the light and the dark here. This is somebody that understands that they have a dual nature and they've got to rein in their fucking dark side. They've got to rein in their anger really badly. They've got to get control of it and use it as a tool to motivate them to manifest. Archangel Metatron at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this person has a history, but they're not irredeemable, okay? The thing is, this person has to get over this Knight of Wands, passionate, overburdened, wants to lay it down on everybody energy, okay? Person has to get control of their feelings. They've got to stay peaceful. They can't stay overburdened and beat down and play victim mode and try and get somebody else to bear their cross. This person, they've got a secret. And the secret is that they really want a new start here. But they're feeling blocked off because they know if they come in the wrong energy with this Knight of Wands, if they come reckless at you, if they come at you sideways or any type of way, they're going to get blocked from any kind of action whatsoever. It has to be tangible, and it has to be a death and rebirth. It has to be like inspiration from within. Okay? This Lover's card, this person's in love with you, and that's the secret. I know something you don't know. Neener, neener, neener. Shit, my mom used to say that shit too. This person's keeping it from you. They're unhappy. They're angry. And they need to transmute that energy. Like, they can remember everything they've been through, but they don't have to act on it. Like, having a library book or having a photo album, you know that you can go back and look at all those memories anytime you want, but you still put it on the shelf. Like the book is filed away, okay? Archangel Metatron is saying the information's always going to be there. Your memories are always going to be there. Those burdens are always going to be there, but you don't have to act on that energy. It's a different way of being to get rid of this hostility. You've got to transmute it with your own power here. Okay? Let's get some of my shadow deck. Where are we at? 20 minutes? Having a spell book but not using the spells, exactly like people having a Bible and not using that too. Just trying to cherry pick it to make other people seem evil instead of realizing that people in glass houses should not throw stones. Oh, but that's in that Bible too. Okay, anyways, fourth wall, folks. Let's keep going with reading. The shadow on this energy is heartache. Heartache, and it landed right here with Archangel Metatron and the Magician in the Mirror. Didn't I say the pain will always be there? Your roots are your roots. Okay? You have to transmute your heartache and not put those burdens on other people to bear. Okay? The Path in reverse and Seduction in reverse. Didn't I tell you, if you move forward with too much passionate energy right out the gate without dealing with this hostile energy, that there would be no new beginning. Let me put it that way. There'd be no new beginning here. This person is being blocked on forward movement in this relationship, this Lover's death and rebirth, Page of Pentacles, new beginning. Okay, they're being blocked in action until they deal with this heartache. Until they admit that they have a heart that hurts. Until the stoicism and the victim mentality and the carrying the burden alone, until the secret is revealed, until this person unburdens themselves of the truth of how they feel inside. Until they let go of the hostilities and possibly, the unhappy upbringing with that happy family in reverse. Like, you can't go back and change the past. All you can do is keep putting one foot in front of the other. Take the next step. Do the next right thing. There's the moon again. First card out. Overall energy of the reading. Got to deal with what's hidden inside. Just got to deal with what's hidden inside. Meditation will help. Pick a quiet place. And the hardest part about meditation is people thinking that you have to literally clear your mind and be blank. It takes a long, long time to ever even remotely get close to that. The entire point of meditation is to slow your heart rate, calm your nervous system, and investigate what thoughts come to your mind, and to be able to prioritize whether or not they are real, whether they're important, whether they need to be dealt with, how to deal with them. Basically, meditation is quiet time to observe your internal world. That secret on the inside. The Hunter, reincarnation, and divergence. Look, this person is seeking and hunting down a new beginning. Like they're searching within themselves. This hunter energy is somebody that is fighting their internal demons. They want to resurrect something. They want a new beginning. They want a new life to start. They want a new cycle, but they want it to be different than it ever was before. They don't want the same with that divergence. They don't want to do things the same. They don't want to be the same person that they used to be. Final pass. None of the words really related to the reading today. I might leave them out and do another reading on those later, because those are good trigger words here. All right, we got the Two of Needles in the reverse. This is the Two of Swords, and somebody is very resigned, feeling like they don't have a choice, or knowing that they don't have a choice but to deal with what's inside, okay? Somebody's not being presented another option right now. Like they have to. And this is the secret they're keeping, because they're in love with somebody. Okay? Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody they would never leave. They don't have a choice right now but to deal with what they have to deal with, because you're somebody they'll never leave. Two of Presents in the reverse. Everything's not in reverse. The Hangman's in the upright. Right now, somebody is not doing so good with their emotional stability, okay? They're dealing with their anger. They're dealing with their frustration. They're dealing with their feelings that they never admitted that they've had before, right? This is the moon. This is those secret internal worlds. Somebody really has to sit with themselves, deal with their shadow, listen to their internal tickings, right? So they can understand how the gears shift and work inside before they can bring a cycle back to life here. This person wants to do things differently, but they want to bring it back to life. Okay? We got three of them. We got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, so that's a good sign. Things are about to take a turn for the better. King of Candles in the reverse. So look, going to deal with that anger and that wand energy. Okay, he's not going to be lusty is the word I'm getting. And then we've got the Five of Candles. This person is very defensive because they are trying not to be led by their genitals, is what I'm going to say. They're trying to not be sexually motivated. They're trying to be mentally and emotionally present. Hanged Man, they're trying to right their wrongs here. They're trying to act and get you to see them differently. Okay? This person is gonna say something to you. They might touch base here pretty soon. Give me one more set of cards on that. Which ones do I want to? These ones. All right. Final pass for real this time. What is the outcome for this situation and my collective, depending on what side you are? If you're the person keeping the secret and improving your life and dealing with your internal world, or if you are the cross watcher or the collective, depending on what side of this you're on, okay? What is going to be the outcome for both parties here? Protection in the reverse. Somebody's going to have to be vulnerable. Somebody's going to have to let their guard down. Somebody's going to have to be real. We've got affluence in reverse and spiritual cleansing. Somebody feels like they are depleted mentally, emotionally, financially. They're not in the position that they would like to be in. But they have done some real spiritual work on their shadow here. Okay? This person may have been baptized. This person may have gone to a spiritual healer. This person may have done something like sage or go to a sweat lodge. Focus in reverse. This person's learning how to focus on themselves and their feelings before it gets out of control. This person might have an anger issue. Look, release on the bottom of the deck. This person has a lot they need to let go of. They might even do something as wild as like an ayahuasca ceremony or some sort of hallucinogenic vision quest on their own, like in the woods, like camping. With this spiritual cleansing, somebody may have a different than typical type of spiritual connection, but it works for them. It's not definable by anything I could call it. It's just the way this person relates with their connection to the Most High. This person's going to tell you that they care about you. This person's going to come forward, but this secret, it's like they're keeping this secret until they can deal with their anger, until they can deal with their hostilities and their upbringing. Everything from the past, you can't get rid of it. You can't just cut off your roots, but you can grow from it, okay? And this person's really trying to make their way towards you and not be a burden energetically. Interesting reading. I'm going to close it right there, you guys. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yanmek, what the fuck am I doing? This here is called a tarot card reading, my friend. This is called being a content creator. And oh, I see Tickle McMickle up there. And if it's stupid and boring, you can just, go away. It seems like you just want attention. Absolutely Scientology. You could say a prayer. That would be always welcome. Any connection to the Most High God is welcome here. All right. Foolishness and fuckery, not so much, but it's a free country still for a little while. At least this week. Shit. All right, you guys. I'm closing out the reading. I'm closing out the energy. Remember, if I can manage to not be a piece of shit, so the fuck can you. Black Betty out.